course.
All right, now let's see what it all looks like with Fox Weather Storm Specialist Mike Seidel, who is tracking the storm in Island of Palm, South Carolina. Mike.
Hey, good morning, Carly. We have rain falling, but it's not particularly heavy. But the problem is it's going to rain into Friday. There's a flash flood watch here in the Charleston area till Friday morning. We don't often, it's rare to see flash flood warnings and watches that go this long. We're also under a warning. So far, Charleston's had 5 1/3 inches, but local totals have been upwards of 10 to 12 inches. Flooding yesterday in Florida, Live Oak, Florida. We were there. Just tremendous amounts of water. The eye wall coming inland, and it looked like it was stalling on the radar. So they had 12 to 15 inches of rain, and the entire downtown area went underwater. This is what we're seeing a lot of this morning, Carly. A lot of standing water on the sides of the road. All it takes is one heavy rain band to come in, and this whole road will go underwater because everything is super saturated. Radar right now, we have 2 fire hoses of moisture. One is coming in north of us into the Myrtle Beach, Grand Strand area. Forget the Gulf today. And then another one just south of us. This is the heaviest rain between Folly and Kiowa. So those areas are getting the rainfall rates of 1 to 2 inches an hour, and that's where you're going to have the current flash flooding. And if it gets really bad, they'll put out a flash flood emergency. We also had some tornado action overnight in Edisto, and there's a tornado watch for this whole area until 7 a.m., and likely the Storm Prediction Center will extend that through the day. Slow-moving storm, a 45-mile-an-hour tropical storm, wind still gusting just over to my left. Over on the beaches to 40 to 45 miles an hour. We got big waves offshore. So again, another touch and go beach day because of the weather and the rip currents. And the storm is going to come offshore and sit basically off South Carolina, may come back inland Thursday and Friday. And that's why we have a real issue. And instead of seeing a forecast cone like this morning, Carly, we've got a big circle. And when you see a big circle on a Hurricane Center forecast cone, that means trouble.
It's
not
just
going
a slow
anywhere.
mover.
This thing is just going to rain itself out.
Yeah, that's the story. That's the story of the
days.
storm. My goodness. All right, Mike Seidel live for us in Isle of Palm, South Carolina. Mike, thank you so much.
All right, Fox Weather Alert. 5 people are dead as Tropical Storm Debby has moved through the southeast, soaking the region after slamming into the Florida coast as a Cat 1 hurricane yesterday.
Fox Weather Storm Specialist Mike Seidel is tracking the storm in the Isle of Palm, South Carolina. Mike.
Good morning, guys. Yes, the rain continues. We're in another very heavy rain squall. The wind really is not a factor anymore. There have been some gusts up to 40 on the beaches, but it's really all about how much rain is going to fall, and it's not turning off anytime soon. Debby, now a tropical storm, is going to come off the coast of Georgia and then sit off the South Carolina coast and just kind of fester for several days. So it just pumps the rainfall in. It kind of rains itself out. It'll be late week before the flood watch ends Friday morning, until Friday morning, and then it will be kicked out by a cold front and actually bring some rain to the tri-state area and the northeast. In the meantime, here on the island, we've had over 10 inches of rain since yesterday. In fact, 6 inches since midnight. We've had some gusty winds, went down a few blocks and saw some tree damage, some power line damage. I don't know if that was an actual spin up from a water spout coming on shore. The power outage is not a big deal here in South Carolina, of course, unless you lost power. About 16,000 customers compared to the 300,000 we had in Florida yesterday. Half of those, more than half of those, are back on. The tornado watch extended. They've added another tornado watch. This one goes till 5 o'clock Eastern. There could be some quick spin-ups. We've had reported damage, likely tornado in Monk's Corner and also Edisto Island. So it's going to be a long slog, prolific rainfall total. Somebody could see 30 inches of rain, much like we saw with Florence in parts of North Carolina back in 2018.
It's really coming down there in Isle of Palms. Mike Seidel, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mike. Yeah, a lot of people lose their cars. Not only have to worry about, obviously, your own safety, but it gets the water problems in Charleston, which is very close to Isle of Palms, it gets so deep during these storms, and many people try to drive through it, and you have to leave your car there and get out.
I think I heard Governor Ron DeSantis say the other day when they were talking about the storm coming ashore in Florida is that your car would actually start floating if you drive into it 1 foot of water.
Really?
And it looked like it was about a foot right behind there.